sugar daddy to come pay my bill.
Pay my bills.
Pay my bills.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
In the atmosphere. It's in the atmosphere.
Hey.
I'm still
Had to
eating,
catch
by
it.
the
All
way.
right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of When Black Women Speak, between me and my lovely co-host, the lovely Bree from the Lockbooktician and Britt from Britt Writerly. We are going to be talking about Black professionalism. This is going to kind of be Conversation 2.0. It was brought to us by the lovely Chloe at Thistle Verse. We'll be talking about the ethics and ethical conversations that we have had to deal with in our careers as Black women. But before we get into that, I will let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Hi, I am Britt. My channel is Britt Writerly. It's a book and author tube where I talk about the intersections between literature and culture. I do writerly content like monthly honesty vlogs where I talk about the realities of being a Black early career writer seeking traditional publishing. I do bookish content like, reading vlogs, like reading sprints, like book talks on like good conversations that books open up with their themes and their characters' representation, et cetera, et cetera. And then I do original content like poetry. So watch a video. If you like it, give it a good thumbs up, comment, even if it's just like heart emoji or a smiley face or whatever. And if you watch a few, you like the vibe, you want to commit to there being an us, you smash that big red button and we can be internet friends. Amen.
I hate doing this because I never know how to introduce myself. Hi guys, I'm Bree, channel Lockbooktician, and let's start talking, y'all.
Hey, that works. Okay. We appreciate y'all bearing with us. You know, we had food and stuff to get, so you know, your girl had to get her shrimp chow mein fun. Let's say hi to everybody, and then we'll get into the first question of the night. And feel free to drop questions, comments that you guys would like us to talk about as far as this topic goes, or to drop your own answers to the questions as they come. We got Michael in here first, and then Literary Lady showing us some love and good vibes. Chloe, thank you so much for this topic. We are super excited to dive into it. We had to snack. Let's see. T. Morgan, hello. I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you for joining us. Bina, what's good? Nicole, hello. Kaylee says, hello all, just popping in to say a hi and smash the like as I am deep in the 7th level of revising hell. If you don't follow Cache Britt or Brianka spelling, sorry, you should. Yay, thank you so much. Bree, wonderful witch hat, creator of the Black Ween-a-thon that starts on Friday. I cannot wait. Dejana, hello. She says, hello, doing school, but wanted to pop in, and we appreciate you. Salter says, it's been a minute since Willie Gilbert uploaded an Honest Tea video.
Wait a minute. Wait a darn minute. I don't even know why
You do know. First of all, you do know. You know.
You don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
Okay, finish your sentence.
I don't know why I have been deemed Whitley.
Yes, I knew that was what you was going to say. What else could the sentence be? I feel like, were we not on the live and she called herself bougie the other day? I feel like that was definitely you. Definitely you. I feel like you are admittedly bougie. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm bougie too. I am bougie too.
Shay eats everything with chocolate. Can we say that? Shay eats everything she puts in her mouth with chopsticks, including popcorn.
So does everybody in China. What is your point?
So now you're Black China?
No, didn't say that. Did not say that. I feel like you took that away too far. I was just saying there's over 1 billion people that do the same thing. I'm not special. That's all I'm saying. That don't make me bougie.
Here's the thing.
It makes me lazy. I don't like silverware.
I don't even want you to explain that to me. You have to watch it either way.
Oh no, they can come out. Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm fine being Whitley, although I don't know why I've been deemed her. There are many types of bougie women, but I am fine being Whitley because I am so fine with being with Dwayne. I'm okay with it.
Man.
Because to be honest, if it's not Dwayne, I don't want it. So like,
man, I feel you there. I feel you. When he was like, I will drop you like a bad habit, Whitley, I was like,
you need it sometimes. You need to be checked. You need to be checked sometimes.
I can't.
He said, I love it when you take charge, Big Daddy.
He knew what she needed. He knew.
Hey, yeah, it'd be a thing.
But Salter, I did finish editing an honesty video that's gonna drop tomorrow. So I expect to see you first in the comments.
Nicole said, Bree, I know you didn't skip over the readathon you're hosting next month.
That's what I know.
Right. I love it. I love it.
For a second, Nicole, just for a second, I forgot.
I love it. Hey, Bethany, so good to see you. Thank you for joining us again. I hope you had a great Monday. Right? I don't even understand why. Right. Oh, see? Come on, Nicole, with the receipts. It was definitely during your Friday reading sprints. Thank you.
I'm not going to deny that I'm bougie. I'm just saying relevance, Your Honor. That's all.
I feel like the three bougiest Black girls we have in existence are Hillary Banks, Whitley Gilbert, and Lisa Turtle. Low key.
I definitely don't want to be Hillary. I would rather be Whitley. Like
right, that's why it wasn't.
I was fine with it. I was just shocked to hear her invoked, but I'm okay with it.
Okay. Britt, you are the one with the iconic fans. Such a Whitley thing to do. I'm saying.
I feel like people are in the chat speaking their truth tonight.
I feel like they are. Morgan, hello, love. It's so good to see you.
Hello.
Thank you. I ate some food with chopsticks. Like if it's cheese curls and I'm gonna use my laptop. Thank you. I like to sprinkle stuff on my popcorn. I don't want it all over my fingers.
See, I should eat it with popcorn because I like the licking of the fingers, but the way I just demolished them 6 wings, baby.
Was it a sight to behold? Was it a sight to behold?
I sucked the bone. I almost broke the bone and got into the marrow, but I said the vegans might catch me.
I'm not about to play with you. I am not about to play with you at all. So as you guys see, we are coming in hot today with all the giggles and the laughs. We know why she was Dean Whitley. She gives those Black Southern Belle vibes. That's not a bad thing. Right. I don't know why I had to be Whitley.
You did not just do that accent.
Was that an accent? I thought I lowered my voice tone a little bit.
It was heavily accented.
I apologize.
They bicker like Thelma and Louise, and this is me on the side.
It's because Britt is dramatic, y'all.
What?
Why? It's because Britt is dramatic.
That is an untruth. That is an
untruth. No. Bro, okay, I'm about to figure out how to do a poll. Let's see what the crowd says.
You don't need to do a poll.
Yeah, we're gonna do a poll.
I will say, Britt did sing us the entire choir verse and a whole situation.
But who came in singing the TikTok song?
I did.
Okay. That's all. I'm just trying to keep track.
When you put it like that,
I feel like we have heard almost every Disney song there is in some form in the course of the summer of Britt hosting reading sprints?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Is that you wouldn't
relevant.
classify that? You wouldn't classify that as a bit dramatic?
No. What
This is why we're doing the poll. This is why we're asking the audience. This is an audience participation.
Don't bother the good people, Shay. That's not what they're here for.
Britt, dramatics don't have to be negative. Show up as yourself.
Right. Like, I don't know why. Right.
Show up as yourself.
Here's the thing. I'm not even saying that I'm not dramatic. I'm just saying.
You definitely said it was an untruth. Wait, what does an untruth mean? Does that mean not the opposite?
No, the untruth was not that I'm dramatic. The untruth is that this is why we bicker. We don't bicker because I'm dramatic.
Woo! I'm watching, respectfully.
Okay. My sister eats her spicy Cheetos with chopsticks too. See, it's a thing. I told you.
Shay doesn't need all this support, you guys. It's being overstated.
I'm just saying.
Not overstated.
With love, of course. Of course. All right, y'all. We gonna get into the first question of the night. So, what is your profession, and what is one ethical conflict you had as a Black person that non-Black coworkers didn't have? So we just gonna sit here like.
No, can I go?
Yeah, go. Tag, you're it. I got you. Tag, you it.
I would like to submit Article 3.7-B for the courts. No, I'm just kidding. An ethical conflict.
We already got Britt objecting. I said we already got Britt objecting. So you putting articles, evidence in front. It's right on brand. It's on brand.
One of the things that I will say is, so where I work is very small. I also work in a very small town. And because of those things, the people that I work with are students, right? And it's about 3.7 Black people on campus. I'm not saying it's 3.7, but that's how it feels. It's about 3.7369472-3 Black folks on campus. And I'm talking about little bitty, right? So I struggle with the ethical conflict of, separating yourself from client, because it's really hard to do, because we have to think about relational ethics and how that plays a role into my interaction with students. So sometimes I'll, go to an event and there'll be a student I see in counseling sitting next to me, talking to me about something that has nothing to do with what we talk about in session. And we just pretend that we don't even talk to each other at session, but we'll just have like a conversation because, you see the other Black person across the room, you do this, you engage, and so forth. So that's one of the ethical conflicts I have. It's like, how do I balance those dual relationships and also supporting students who need that support while also being their therapist?
Yeah, for me, my profession, I'm a graduate student. I am a 5th year advanced doctoral candidate. So that means that I've defended I've successfully completed my comprehensive exams, and I've defended my dissertation prospectus, which is basically me telling what it is basically a proposal. So here's what I'm going to do my project on, defended that. So now I'm dissertating, I'm writing the dissertation. So that's that's what I'm doing here. But I also work at my university's writing center, and that has become really, really important to me, especially when thinking about what I want to do on the market. I think I want to work in writing centers. I definitely want to continue to be involved in composition. And so that's the writing center piece is what I'm going to be talking about more, because I'm not really engaging students right now as a graduate student, because I'm not teaching classes right now. So for me, and it's becoming less and less unaddressed, but one ethical conflict would be that, and I didn't always flag it as such, but I have learned to. when we're in the writing center, we're we're absolutely teaching and reinforcing white American linguistic conventions. And we call it academic writing, we call it standardized writing, but it's really white writing. It's been standardized because it's white, and then it gets taught as if it's like normal, but that was a choice. There was nothing like natural about the choice to choose this type of writing, especially when it's extremely awkward. If that's not your writing style, like there are all these different rules that you have to mind that, you don't have any reason why it's the rule. It's just the rule. So one of the ethical conflicts is a Black writer coming into a session and their standard English paper or social paper or anthro paper or whatever has some like bits of Black vernacular in it that I know they might be penalized for. And so addressing that with them, even as in doing that, it's supporting the standardization of white American linguistic conventions. And so like that is definitely a thing that I'm wrestling with now more so, and trying to get ahead of it by like making programs that address it. So when I apply to you that I'm not about to come in there and let it slide, because I've already been doing programs that address this. The proposal now is about 25 to 30 pages. Students that came ahead of me had like 40 to 50 page prospectuses because for lots of reasons. Let's not get into it. Mine was like 28 pages, something like that.
Nice.
Brevity.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying brevity.
Right.
Amen.
Right. That should be Britt's nickname, because it's sure like her name when she's like in my manuscript.
Edwina Scissorhands, and you're welcome.
And I am not complaining. It helps. It definitely helps.
It's up to you then, Britt. Just be on lookout.
Yep. So I'm gonna talk about the two main careers that I have, because they are very different, but I believe that one we haven't really talked about in general in any of our writerly conversations at this level, and so I think it would be good to kind of bring this up. So the first is so by degree, school education, and my like first career out of college, I worked as a software developer. I worked at USAA's IT only shop in Plano, and I was the only Black female college hire for the entire time I was there. So because of that, I ended up being on a lot of recruiting things. So a lot of things trying to recruit Black people to come to the company, as well as women to come to the company. And so for me, I'm not one of those people that I'm gonna lie to a Black person when they ask me what the job is really like. Like, I can't do that. I can't, like, because I would feel bad if somebody else did that to me. And there's this scene that's really kind of glossed over in The Other Black Girl, but she references her father talking about somebody going to a job and getting a job there and nobody telling them how awful they treated people at this job. And he was like, well, nobody told me, so I didn't say nothing, kind of thing. And it's one of those things that I never want to be one of those type of people. So I would have ethical dilemmas when it's like, so do they respect your opinion and things like this? Well, here's more so what the conversations have been like. They're not very aware of cultural things. So if something cultural is going on, like me saying yes ma'am, yes sir, even though we work for a military company where it's very common for the people in the military to be addressed by yes ma'am and yes sir, they still can find issues with that. You wouldn't think that would be a problem, but it would. But like, so being honest enough to have those conversations, because I've seen in most of my counterparts is that's a conversation they have with people after you're already hired. And for me, it's like, do I want to be quiet and like let somebody fall in here and just be miserable with me, or do I want to kind of save somebody this? And I'm just one of those people. I try to save people, like just a little bit. So the other one, I was a STEM coordinator for Sylvan Learning Center. Sylvan Learning Center is like this like nationwide what is it called, franchise, where there's like tutoring that your kids can get, or help with like ACT prep, SAT, all kind of stuff like that. And so I was the STEM coordinator for it. The ethical dilemma I had is it's expensive. It's expensive AF for very little help, right? So parents would be paying like upwards of $500 a month for their child to get tutoring after school to help them because they were behind, but the tutors are working with a minimum of 3 students at a time, and the tutoring sessions are only 50 minutes. So in that 50 minutes, that child is getting a third of the time they should be getting, and you are having parents, minority, specifically Black parents, having to go in debt and take out loans for their kids to get tutors. That wasn't something that set right with me. Right, especially like you're having to pay hundreds of dollars, some of y'all thousands of dollars a year for your child to get tutored in elementary school. Ethically, that did not sit right with me. And that was one of the thing that I know we haven't really got into, like the education system and then the ethical things, or even the things that go on in that as far as like K through 12 in our conversations. But that was part of why I wanted to talk about that one, because it was very big, because there were some people where it was like, yo, I know you can't afford this. Here's my number. I will come and meet your daughter at the library and you could pay me $10 an hour. And that, because the equivalent of what you are paying is almost 20. You don't make that much at work, but you're paying somebody else that much, who in actuality, the tutors are only getting 12. So that would be the one ethical conflict that I had. So, we got comments coming in. Let's see. I also
have another thing, but I'll say it after the comments.
Okay. You can say it now as we get through it, or you want me to wait?
The comments are mostly jokes, so you can go ahead, Britt.
Right.
Oh, I feel I need to talk about an upcoming ethical dilemma that I may have professionally that I don't think like non-Black people would have it. So we all know that there are lots of mental health providers in the US, right? Lots of us. However, the amount of Black ones is about right here. And because I know there's not a lot of us who are Black, I do know that I talk about things like this with y'all and on my channel, and like how I do my practice and how I work with clients. I feel that once I open my private practice, that, people might want to approach me in the book world, and that's just going to have to be a no. Like that.
Yeah, the relationships are already, it's the lines are already blurred. It's not something.
It's not like a kind of no, it's a no.
Right. It makes sense.
So I feel, it's a dilemma, and it's difficult for me because I know that in the pool of mental health, Black people are like right here. So that's just something I think about.
I can imagine.
That was my take.
I can imagine, especially as much as you're like talking to people about you need to go to therapy and to be like, yeah, you might click with me, but we can't click in this way because this
I'm
isn't
not your therapist.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Erica. Hey. Okay. 2, do your personal ethics contradict the standardized ethics of your field?
For mine, the one I spoke about, yes and no. It depends on it depends on the school, right? So like where I am now, even though my writing center is aware of that, right? That like And I'll just say moderately so. I know that the director, the assistant director, is aware that anti-Black linguistic racism is a thing. I know that he is aware of that, but that is not a term that I have ever heard used in our writing center when we're talking about anti-Black racism. And so moderately, because even with the writing center, right, the writing center, and this is just how it is in academia, writing centers are extensions of colleges and universities. And so to the extent that the university or the college is complicit in institutionalizing these writing conventions, this academic writing, that which completely invisibilizes the racialized structure that these conventions rest on, right? And to the extent that the college and university is upholding that, the writing center would be hard pressed to push back a lot. Like they would have to build up to like a big, we're making a statement to the university, because first you have to deal with the fact that the students coming to you are asking for help on a particular paper. And if you tell them, bump the white writing convention, write this paper in AAVE. Okay, well, that paper is going to be graded by someone who is not you. And you don't know what their politics are. And you don't know how much that student is going to like internalize that grade, right? Because if you say write in AAVE and then they get that paper back and it says go to the writing center, which essentially says that like you need remediation in writing, even though that's not what writing centers do. We're not remediary, but that's the reputation that writing centers have that we're trying to undo. But then you put that student in a situation to receive that racist recommendation, and the university is not going to do anything to push back against it, because they're going to be like, well, yeah, this paper is badly written, as opposed to this student is writing in a different language or dialect, depending on what you consider AAVE to be. So I do think my personal ethics contradict the overall, the most unquestioned standardized ethics of writing, even as there are like organizations like the committee of, what is it called? The Conference on College Composition and Communication. Like they made a statement like in 2020 that I'm talking about with the writing fellows class tomorrow. That's like sort of cool and encouraging, I guess, but like that is not what everybody is doing. It's just happening in some places. It's really localized right now still.
Am I next? Shay, are you next?
No, you're next.
Oh, not my camera don't want me to be great again.
Wow.
Let me fix it. Okay. So, the American Psychology Association laid out ethics and best practices for all mental health providers, whether you're a therapist, a counselor, or a psychologist, right? Two of the ethics that I find contradict me culturally is one is conflict of interest, and the other one is in regards to dual relationships. So when I say that, it can be very hard to interact in that way when you're on such a small campus as the one that I'm on. So for example, for the, which one did I say? I said conflict of interest and dual relationships. So exactly. So for the dual relationship one, it says, if a psychologist finds that due to unforeseen factors, a potentially harm multiple relationship has arisen, the psychologist takes reasonable steps to resolve it with due regard for the best interests of the affected person and maximal compliance with the code of ethics. Note that the touchstone is again what a reasonable psychologist would do. The psychologist's focus will be on the affected person's best interests and on complying with the ethics code, which has its focus on the individual's welfare and protection. Thus, the ethic codes continue to return to and emphasize its central value of doing good and not doing harm. And it has a lot to do with one of our codes, which is beneficence and non-maleficence. So I say that to say that whole mouthful that when you are in a institution such as higher education, which very much see things from a westernized lens, it's really hard to come in as a BIPOC person and be like, okay, I see that you're saying ultimately the way in which I interact with a student in which I have multiple relationships is really on me and my best judgment on me seeing if I'm going to do harm to the student, like whether harm would be done. However, if my supervisor is white or my colleagues are white, what they may view as harm is not harm to me. So now I have to figure out how to juggle this westernized view of what harm is versus what harm is to the Black communities in which I engage with. I hope that made sense. So that's like one of the personal things that contradicts like standardized ethics. The other one is conflict of interest, and it says conflict of interest or commitments are not inherently negative. Rather, the way in which the conflict is handled makes the difference. Researchers are encouraged to be honest about any interest that may cause potential conflicts and to inform others so that a disinterested entity can monitor progress to verify continued research objectivity. So I got both of these definitions from APA.org, which is the American Psychology Association. And the reason why I brought up the conflict of interest is that you really, when you're having personal ethics that is contradicting standardized ethics, you want to kind of build in things. And one of the things I build in is I go, hey, I am a counselor on campus. I'm sure you've seen me. I'm sure you've seen me doing a program here. I'm sure you've seen me, running this program. I'm sure you've seen me in all these different capacities. I want to bring it in the room if there's any discomfort. Because if there's any discomfort that you may be feeling, I am more than welcome to, issue you or talk to you about, continuing your therapeutic services with another counselor. But in the case that you decide to further your therapeutic or healing journey with me, how would you like me to react to you when we're outside of this room? Do you want me to pretend that you don't exist? Because even though we say Black mental health matter, it is still very much stigmatized. So I need to know how you want me to interact with you so that you feel safe and protected and heard. So specifically when it comes for conflict of interest, I like to be very upfront in my first intake session with a student about the potential conflicts that may arise. They may not even happen. But on the off case they do, we have a template of how to navigate that. That was very lengthy, but that's what I had to say.
No, I think it's important because I think back, while you were talking, I was like, with my Black therapist, even as a child, I met her kids, I knew what her husband looked like, I had went to her house. This isn't necessarily something that is supposed to be a thing, but the ways in which we connect and build relationships with each other are different. And I think that it doesn't also take into account what you have to do to get people to open up to you. You can't change that, right? So I do have to befriend you. I do have to get to know you and care about your life and care if you're eating or if you're going to class. I can't just be like, how are you feeling today? It's a lot more than that in our community. And so even to hear you say that, I think back on all the counselors I had in college, and just it makes me appreciate them even more because I didn't think about these dilemmas that they could be having when they're at home at the end of the day.
Right.
I
mean, even last year, I would drop off food. I'm like, let me go and check. I heard you weren't eating. That don't sit right. Let me go ahead and go to, Aldi's or something. Like, even like give you a gift card so you can go and get food, or just like, or I'll have food in my office. I started doing that, like having like little snacks and stuff in my office, and like cereal, little tiny ones with the little tiny milk to come with it, noodles. I'm like, you trying to get a meal in the session? I don't mind you eating.
I would always get texts like, hey, we got food in the OMA office, come get some. Hey, we got groceries in the OMA office, come get some.
So like, I walk to the food. Like, right. Let's go over there. I heard that they got noodles over there. I heard. So.
Wow.
But it is something to think of, because like, in the white gaze, that is very unethical.
Right.
But how do you compartmentalize that when you've been fully culturally connected to what Blackness is to you and your community, which is very heavy on relational ethics. Relationships and trust has to be formed. Okay, that was it.
So for me, hey, chill out. So for me, personal ethics have definitely contradicted the standardized ethics of my field, because again, I think it's unethical to make somebody sign a loan for something they can't afford. Like, I think that's unethical. Like, that this person doesn't make enough to afford what they already have, and you're adding this, and you're trying to find loopholes to make them do this so that you can get your money. And it was worse for me, because at the time, at the place that I was working, the woman who was over the thing, like her husband worked really well and made really good money, and so she didn't work because she had to. She worked because she wanted to. Completely understand and respect. But in the not having to work for this money and exploiting people who do have to work for the money and are putting in so much effort for their children to have the extra chance that your children already have, it didn't sit right with me. And it was like a hard thing to watch and be a part of. I think another thing is when I worked for tech support for different companies, like, I didn't like lying to customers, like knowing that we messed up and we did something wrong, but we don't want to shell out any money, so we just not gonna pay for it. Like, those things bother me, because I'm not a big fan of capitalism. Like, I understand needing money, right? But I'm of the personal belief that you don't need $500,000 a year. Like, you don't. For what? Why? Like, bigger families, sure, I get it. Most people aren't having bigger families because most people can't afford to. So it's like, when the truth is that only 18% of the country make over $150,000 a year, $500,000 is a lot of money, So for me, I think that's the biggest thing, is that because I don't believe in capitalism, and most jobs do require some edge to capitalism, I always find myself feeling conflicted, like, all the time. But those are like two major ways. Wow, that's why I didn't know therapists have to stay so separate from their clients' lives. Yeah. Right? Hate lying for a job. Hate it. Since says, I feel you, Shay. I used to work at an Apple reseller, Authorized, and they always wanted us to sell the most expensive laptops, while in reality, most people would have more than enough with the usual models. So I refuse to do that, because I don't want people to overspend money on stuff they don't need. Same when I worked for a bank. Like, most banks, why? Like, most banks make most of their money over overdraft. If I am talking to a young teenager and this is their first bank account and they're trying to build it, to me, it's unethical to tell this child to get overdraft protection, because all I'm teaching you is bad spending habits. But like, that's not a thing that for other people would be an issue for them. Vita said, I never like lying to customers about mistakes in customer service. Thank you, Bree. Okay, question 3. What's an ethical dilemma you encountered that you weren't prepared for?
I need to think. I would love to say one, but it would be a HIPAA violation, so I'm not. I It's hard. Damn it! If I wasn't a counselor, man.
I'll say one while you're thinking. Wow, and not if I wasn't a counselor. So for me, it was it's all of it is still encaptured in this, like, the way we treat Black language. Because that has such ramifications, and I was not expecting that. Like, because in my it's not my boss that coined this term. I think what is that man's name? Something Inoue, but he calls it the hidden curriculum, I think. And so, like, there's this hidden curriculum that we have of, without saying it, teaching students that certain ways of speaking are wrong and certain ways of being are wrong, et cetera, et cetera. I wasn't prepared to find out that I had been indoctrinated with that. Because, like I said, when I started at the Writing Center, I didn't clock that correcting AAVE was an act of anti-Blackness and me and my Black soul perpetrating it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Which just reminded me of Brick's TikTok. Wait a minute. Which I think is like her, like, introduction to book talk. But anyway, I really did not clock that until fairly recently, and I've been working at the Writing Center for, this is my 4th year. And so I was not prepared for not realizing how, you think you understand, right? Like, how, like, mixed into everything anti-Black racism is, but it's really just, it's like dust in a house. It settles everywhere. And sometimes if you've lived in the house for long enough, you don't even realize that the texture on your hands is dirt and not skin. You just think, oh, that's just how the finger pads of my hands feel. No, it's dust, but it's just, like, so coated your palm, you don't even realize anymore what it's supposed to feel like. And so I wasn't prepared for that. And I wasn't prepared for, like, just the magnitude of implications that sort of innocuous racism carries, because you teach it to them, you perpetrate racism against your own people, and they can go out there and succeed. That's a myth, because certainly your language is not the only reason that you won't get the job if you don't get the job. Or you don't do it, right? You push back. Yay, I'm a radical, which everyone wants to be able to say these days for whatever reason, but this is not that live. You push back and yay, I'm a radical. And then they go and they get the grade on the paper and they get referred back to you in the Writing Center for remediation in their writing, right? So, like, the level of activism and advocacy it would take to unseat that was just really, really daunting. And to be able to, like, push against that, it can't just be me. It would need to be, like, my Writing Center making a statement. I would need to go through my boss. He would need to go through our parent center. Like, it would be a whole concerted effort to tell my university, hey, there's this problem, which certainly I'm not opposed to doing. Hi, Adrian. Not opposed to doing. It's just like I wasn't prepared for the amount of advocacy that I would be doing through writing.
Bree, are you still thinking on yours? Okay. So for me, I wasn't prepared for how much some Black people didn't see what I saw. So what I thought was, right, like, why would we have these parents that we know can't afford this do this? Well, the director is Black. So the director knows more than anybody that they can't afford these things and this isn't a thing. But in the state of Oklahoma, she's the only corporate owned one. So she has to outshine and outdo. And then you find out that like this entity is bringing in $1 million a month in revenue. You talking about this little thing that we only have open for like 5 hours a day most days? $1 million? And only one of the students I've ever worked with actually comes from a well-off family? And so I thought that like these would be things that like are easily seen by people, especially those that look like me, was my thought. And so it was one of those things that you realize that money does offer some, and I feel like I'm using this word right. Y'all tell me if I'm right. Is it dissonance the word I want to say for people? Okay.
Dissonance with their racial identity?
with their blackness for people. Yeah. The money that they receive makes this where it's like, maybe that doesn't bother me as much as it would before. And it's like
that cognitive dissonance is real.
Okay, see, I be like, I don't be using the big words all the time like y'all do, so I'm not sure if I used it right, but I know y'all gonna get me right. Like, I know y'all gonna get me right. I appreciate it. I was like, I feel like from context clues, this is how I've heard them use it. So I think I'm using it right. But no, seriously, like I'd be like, whatever level of rich that is, God don't ever let me get there. Like, don't ever let me get to the point where it's like all of a sudden the worries and the woes and the things that my people go through don't bother me. So that was what an ethical dilemma I wasn't prepared for.
Nice. All right. Nailed it. Crushed it, murdered it, destroyed it. That was you. Big dog. You did it.
Oh no, we didn't. Hey, we not doing this because Cache will get real black in a real quick minute.
Wait, what happened? Did I miss something?
Girl,
I missed something.
Girl. I saw red so fast.
Damn, I missed it.
Hi, yeah, you knew, didn't you, baby? You knew. You knew. It was like, hey, my mama.
I'm gonna need y'all to fill me in afterwards, but
I'm okay. It was misspelled anyway, so that's why I was like, "Wait, did I just see what I think I just saw?"
Stop! Don't do this. Don't do this.
Wow. And we move on.
Right. Literary lady said, in lieu of what you said, Britt, in the library field, our record maintenance systems, maintenance systems is called the Anglo-American cataloging rules. It no longer gets updated. Wow, that's crazy. In terms of ethics in the library, I hate not letting people check out materials due to large fees. The community I work in can't pay $100 or $200 fees.
Yeah,
I agree. That's a big 13th grade word. Right.
Feedback. I don't know from who.
See, and I know you didn't, dog. He was like, no. I know my mama. I heard that voice change. Bree, did you think about how you could word your answer?
Yes. So it'll be a little different.
Okay, no worries.
But in it. So I'll just say something I wasn't prepared for. Can y'all hear that feedback?
No.
Yeah, it's because Britt, you gotta mute yourself. You're typing your microphone.
I swore that I was.
You did answer her question when she asked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that you could hear me. I was just like shaking my head, like you was gonna see me shaking my head. Wow.
You know we not tripping.
No. Okay. So one thing I wasn't prepared for. I think most of you know that I have a master's in forensic psychology. Forensic psychology is pretty much the intersection between law and psychology, if I boil it down. And one of the reasons why I wanted to pursue forensic psychology is because I really wanted to work with brown folks who are incarcerated or was previously incarcerated, because I come from a family where, there's a good like 80 to 85% of us have been incarcerated. My father has been incarcerated several times in my life. So for me, it felt like a calling of something I wanted to do, because I felt like there were so many systems that was not built with Black folks in mind. And I wanted to infiltrate those systems and make sure we right. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to pursue forensic psychology. So I start my first job in a prison, in a jail. I may have said that. I don't know if I said that to people, but my first encounters as a forensic therapist was in prisons and jails. And I didn't realize how deep countertransference is, which is something you're constantly being warned against as a therapist. And for those of us who don't know what countertransference is, it's like someone comes in the room and they're talking about things and you're speaking from you instead of from them, and you're like putting your shit on them, essentially. Or you're making assumptions about their lives based on your lived experiences, right? And the reason why I'm saying that I wasn't prepared for it, because I didn't realize being in correctional settings were constant. Not only were they triggering for me, and I didn't realize it, down to me entering the facility, hearing the doors clink, clink behind me having to give up all of my things, being threatened by inmates, seeing inmates who look like my fathers, my uncles, my aunts, them being in prison for or incarcerated for things that I felt wasn't. It's just the disparities was just so clear, right? And I couldn't help but to be like, oh, these my folks, but they're not my folks, right? They look like me. They're kinfolk, but they aren't, biologically related to me. So I kept struggling with that internal conflict of how do I interact with them so that they get the therapeutic needs that they want. And some of them actually saw that in me and played me and manipulated me. So then I realized that working in correctional settings were not doing me any good and was not doing them any good due to the risk of constant and daily countertransference. So I decided to not go that route anymore. Would I do some consulting work for therapists and counselors who are in those roles? Absolutely. Will I physically work in those settings, even though the coin is good? Absolutely not. Because everything can't be about coin. So I had to go ahead and get up out of there, which is why I work with a different population at the moment.
I feel like I tweeted the other day that, not all of us was raised the same, but I was raised all money and good money.
Amen.
It just ain't.
That was Hoodonomics 3 and 4.
Hey, all money ain't good money. You can't take everything. For those of you guys who don't know, the Anglo-American version of this is everything that glitters isn't gold. Literary Lady says the wealth disparity is real when it comes to book finds. I work in a predominantly Black community, by the way. Oh, for sure. I just I hated it. I hated book finds. Oh yeah, calling that out. Venus says my library became a fine free library as long as you bring the book back in 30 days. Nice. Right. Sometimes money ain't everything. You're right. It is not. It is not. All right. Okay. Oh, there's that word. Do you feel like the dissonance between your personal and professional ethics will hamper your ability to advance in that, aka your field?
No. I should elaborate. Oh, I was like, no. And the reason why I feel no is because I feel like, and I'm not like trying to get holy on y'all, but I truly feel that I was called to be a therapist. I fucking love what I do. And I feel like I was called to do this. And I feel like I was specifically called to do this for skin folk and kin folk. And when I say that, I just feel like good folks gonna come to me anyway, or people who need help gonna come to me anyway, because I like to think that I operate professionally and in a, ethical and relational ethical way. And I really value relationship and like building rapport. And I understand how important rapport is for BIPOC communities, that I just feel like that wouldn't hinder me. That's just going to strengthen my ability to connect with people. And I don't honestly feel that it will hinder my advancement in the field. If anything, it's going to make my books overwhelmed. And when I say that, it'd be like, I ain't going to have enough time for everybody. And I'm going to have to set better boundaries, because I'm already swimming in lots of clients already. That was the end of the TED Talk. My bad. I should be signed
Sorry. No, it was fine. I like a flick. These technological doodads are so sensitive. My window just like completely went to another screen or something, but it's okay. I was just looking at the poll. Absolutely. I'm 85 years old. Hello and welcome to my reality. So I was just looking at the poll in the chat and seeing that 23% of us don't think that I'm dramatic. Just highlighting that. Anyway, so do I feel...
So you need enough people to get an F? Because I feel like 73% is above passing. So I feel
barely.
I feel like barely would have been 70%.
It's 73.
So barely would have been 70%.
So it's barely not barely. Come now. What are we doing here?
And what's 23% doing? Absolutely failing? I don't understand.
Do y'all hear how she talks to me?
I didn't hear anything.
Yes, you did, because you reacted. We have it on screen. Don't do me. I always carry receipts. Bless you.
She said, bust down, Bougiana.
Get out of here.
That's what she said. She said, bust down, Bougiana.
Not Deidre not making any comments but to laugh at me. Man, you really know who your people are when you get down out. I thought Deidre was asleep.
That's how you know you bougie. If this is your version of down and out, you real bougie. You real bougie. Talking about, you see how people do you when you get down and out? I can't even with you. I can't even with you.
We all have gifts.
Man.
I'm not saying that I am fine with the way that I am. Call it what you will. I'm just saying.
I feel like I don't know why she putting up a big fuss. Like she ain't talked to me about lifelong dreams and they have to do with the word drama. I don't understand. I feel like in more than one live, she done told us she got a degree in drama. I feel like that was a conversation. I don't feel like I made this up.
Y'all know that TikTok sound? Get out of here. Y'all know that TikTok sound where someone goes, ah! And the person says, child, anyway. That's how I feel right now. Y'all, anyway, question number 4 reads, do you feel like the distance between your personal... Wow, Salter, it's the fact that you're never on my side for me. First you come demanding honesty, calling me out for being a little tardy.
Not a little tardy.
Absolutely. I told them in my July one, I was like, this is going to be for July and August, and I'll get back on September. It's still September. And Salter's like, hello?
Salter be feeling like because we pay
Hello?
for the YouTube premium that y'all need to be putting out videos. He said I put 2 cents on you. What are you saying?
I need my content on time.
On
Bring me my
time.
content.
I feel like Salter gonna have us in the back talking about, you know, it's hard out here for them.
You know?
When they gotta get the money for the rent.
I want to hear you say it. I'm in charge.
Black, 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 black. Black, black, black. Black, 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 black. Rated B for black. Amen.
Big B.
Hey. All the Britisms. Do I feel, sing that song, do I feel like the dissonance between my personal and professional ethics will hamper my ability to advance in the field? No, and here's the thing about trends. Publishing isn't the only one that has trends. There are, I wish that I was on the market right now, kind of. If I were, there have been so many different jobs coming out looking for someone with an Africana degree, looking for someone who can teach anti-Black racism, who's graduated by X time in 2021, like 2022. Like, people really are wanting it now. Do they want it in earnest, or are they just speaking to a trend? You don't know unless you know people at the institution and you can call them and be like, hey, what's tea, right? Without being able to call someone and say, hey, what's tea, I'm assuming that it's more trendy than anything else. But if I'm going to have a job beyond the year, I don't really care. It is what it is. Like, if you're going to continue to pay me to do the work, I do care whether it's trend, because that will tell me how easy it will be to do the work at your institution. You're not going to bring me there to fuss and fight with you. If you don't want these changes, don't bring me. But if you'll be into it, I don't know. But like, I don't think it's going to hamper my ability because of this like trend that we're seeing of people talking about anti-Black racism. I don't think that it's going where it needs to go fully. But especially talking about like writing centers have been doing a lot of writing over the past, I mean, we could even say since 2017, there have been books out, like within the center, and just like all these books that are books in like anthologies trying to talk about being otherwise in a writing center, like being marginalized in gender or race or religion, dialects, all these different things. And so yes, I think it's a hard thing, and when you're in the position in a university, to talk back to the university about the way they talk to Black students, but to get hired by the writing center when that's your work, I don't think that will be a hard sell, because that's what people are talking about right now, and even like wanting, but people have the qualifications that they have. So if you have a bunch of white people in the room trying to do this work, they're like, yeah, can we get some help in here? So like, I don't think it'll hamper it, but we'll see what 2022, 2023 job market is looking like, but I don't expect it to.
So I agree that it won't hamper the ability to advance in the fields. I will say it did and does hamper my ability to advance in certain companies and institutions individually. Because one, I feel like there's like a Neo song is like, you know, I don't get down like that. Like, I just don't. Like, there's just some stuff I don't get down with, and I'm not going to be silent or quiet about. So there are some places where it's better for me to leave than to try and not get anywhere, because I'm not going to get anywhere, right? It's better than spinning my wheels. But also, all of the fields in which I have worked lend themselves very well for like entrepreneurship and working for myself and dealing with myself. And so that keeps me from having in my eyes, any real cap in that field, because then it's whatever work ethic I'm willing to put in to get there. So, and I think that this is the way for some of us, for a good portion of us, that it's not necessarily the field, but the place or institution in which we're working at the time. Venus says about the library field also ties into publishing, who often overlooks Black voices or only uplifts certain Black voices. Yep.
Yeah, I think I've said this to Shay before. I definitely request a lot of Black books from my library because my library doesn't already have them. Particularly when it comes to like indie romance. Like my library, now the Arkansas one did, funnily enough, but the one where I am now didn't have, like, they don't have Christina C. Jones, they don't have Tay Russell, they don't have Alexandria House, which is a cardinal sin to me. So I hopped right on my Overdrive app and said boop, 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 and got the entire series there of Alexandria House. Like, first and foremost, let's get that together. And at this point, I've recommended so many books from the library, most of which they've gotten every book I've asked them to except for one. And I was a white woman, so I was like, whatever. That library who does the acquisitions knows me so much that she's like, hey, Britt. Literally, like, she knows me now. She's like, you always make such good recommendations. You're welcome. But absolutely, like, it didn't have as many Black books as I wanted. And I feel like if I was a 16-year-old kid walking on the library, I wouldn't even know what to ask for. If I wasn't plugged into BookTube, I would not be getting inundated with new book releases, and even talking about like older books in the library may not have, like Bud Not Buddy. Do you have that? They did, but like I wouldn't know what to ask the library to have. If I was 16-year-olds just wanting the books, I wouldn't know the titles of them. I'm looking for them here and you don't have them. So like that definitely is an area of advocacy that actually A Book is Rome's actually was like, y'all can request books from your library. And ever since she said that, I was like, yeah, I don't know that I knew that I couldn't or what, but I just never had.
I think I have to go in person to do it because for some reason the apps don't actually let you do it. The ones
really.
It's weird. Literary Lady says sometimes, but my field insists that we need to diversify materials and uplift BIPOC voices. However, I feel like my voice is overlooked or silent for meaningful dialogue. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit in our writerly conversations towards the end yesterday, that there are so many things that are started by Black people to speak up and get co-opted by the minority groups as a whole. So diversity, like I think we were talking about this, about like you can see the hashtag for like DV Pit, and it's for diversity pitching, and majority of the people that you see are Caucasian. But that works because neurodivergent and LGBTQ are forms of diversity. And so not taking anything away from either one of those groups of people, but what it was meant to do and what it was started to do was be one of those things that brings attention to authors of color, right? So that's just the thing that we've been noticing is a growing trend. It says, Britt really out here curating their collection for them. For sure. For sure. It is a thing that we have to do. So for those of you guys in the audience, are there any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns that you guys have? Any final thoughts from the ladies?
Sorry, I had to, can you hear me? I had to step out for a second because I got real teary-eyed. And I did cry a bit. One of my good friends, she's a Reuben. She just asked me to be a bridesmaid, and I like fucking lost it. I was like,
So that's awesome! Congrats!
I'm like, oh my god! So anyway, that's me. I'm trying not to be emotional, but end up being emotional anyway. So I'm excited.
Bye, Erica. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
You go ahead, Bree. I just was saying.
Yes. Congratulations on I don't know, being asked to be a bridesmaid.
Listen, they always trying to make me a guest. You know, I'm like, this is not a guest. This is walking in there. You know, like, so talk to me nice now. Talk to me nice. That's all I'm saying. I gotta find a burgundy dress. I might do like, you know, one shoulder situation. I can see it. So I'm gonna have to find one. I'm gonna ask my roommate. She's well more knowledgeable on those things. She was in like 7 weddings this year, so I'm sure she knows what's up. Also, I'm wondering if they got a Lil Way situation. Like, could I rent in return? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, people rent dresses and tuxedos all the time.
I'm definitely here for a rent situation for sure.
I noticed it in the latest books that have been pushed by the public with the inundation of interracial relationship in books explaining Black life. That part. We got awesome. Definitely a larger convo. Chloe says, I don't know why I keep doing that. And I'm in a STEM field, so ethics discussions seem to be focused on client-employer relationships and designing stuff that works. Not much discussion of if the things we're designing are a net good. I completely understand that. Adrian says, happy to have a job, but not feeling fulfilled. Tired of that feeling, and quite frankly, been asking why am I feeling this way?
Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult. I run into that all the time of being like, man, I'm struggling, you know, and I feel like burnout is something we should talk about, like as a topic of like, you know, career burnout, like what that looks like, how we're taking care of ourselves. But like, I feel like a lot of times as Black women, when we're working, a lot of things get put on our plate or expectations of us that wouldn't be expectations of our non-Black counterparts. And it just really makes us feel, you know, and I'm not like saying it like whole, like every Black woman, but I just be feeling, you know, worked to the bone. And there's this other thing of like, when you feel like you have to be extra because you're the only Black person that clients will see. So you feel like you have to like go the extra miles. And I'm saying like me being in, you know, me being in a school, like there's times I have to be here at 9, 10 o'clock at night on campus when I literally want to go home and go to sleep. And like Elliot talked about it, like after 7, I ain't doing nothing. And I just feel like I haven't gotten to that point in my professional career where I feel like I can say no to Black students. That's very difficult for me. Black and Indigenous students, if I'm being honest.
I respect it.
What's a gladiator dress? I want to.
I had to sneeze. I think it is the one arm toga like strap kind of thing. I think that's what it is. I can't deal with the extra feeling. It makes me feel like I'm drowning, and I flub simple tasks. I definitely get that. What it is? I'm in the middle of switching departments. My current one has me taking on way too much responsibility for not enough pay. I feel like that's such a common thing in like period in jobs. Like I don't know where this mindset of giving 110+% to jobs that don't give you that much came from, but it's detrimental. It really is like super duper detrimental. Like
definitely not here for it. You can say
at
that.
all. Adrian says, yes, I'm in higher ed and I know people who are leaving the field. I hate where I am, work on a team with other BIPOC people who are also frustrated.
Exactly. Yeah. Collective frustration for me.
Yeah, I can definitely remember like sitting in our like Black faculty and staff association meetings and just hearing the frustration that like collectively everybody had, even though everybody's in different departments across this big old campus, but like still, right? It's a lot. All right, y'all. Well, that brings us to the end of what we got tonight. Look, y'all got the shortest When Black Women Speak we done ever had. Woo, woo, woo. Look at that.
They're like, I'm gonna head out,
Right. Hey, as long as we had good conversation and talk about things. But definitely, if you guys want us to hit on a topic, do not hesitate to reach out. We are on Twitter at WBWS _combos. I don't know where I was going with that. WBWS _combos, right? WB. Make me think of Dave Chappelle.
Remember WB with the frog?
With the frog, WB. Oh, golly. But yes, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh, we had a couple comments. What we got?
Our Twitter.
Yes, WBWS _combos. Let's see. Okay, I just dropped it in the chat. I feel like everything going on and lack of employees puts so much more pressure on the current employees, and yet they're not being more acknowledged. Exactly, if that makes sense. No, because you're asking me to do more while still only not even recognizing what I was doing before you asked me to take on more. Adrian says, I'm doing a lot and not feeling appreciated. Hence, one of the reasons why I returned to reading was to bring joy back. Hey, books can do that for you. In the words of Cherish, I'm feeling real unappreciated.
I'm feeling
taking my love.
Taking my love.
Great babe and Layla.
I don't know.
Yeah. How much more I can take from you. You don't say I love you too.
And Layla, I've been feeling
unappreciated.
Don't love you no more.
Hey, come on.
Come on now.
Come on. Okay, so my favorite Cherish song is Amnesia. Amnesia is my genre. Amnesia is my genre.
We need to start it off. No, I'm just kidding, but I'm ready.
Okay, hold on, let me see how let me think of the lyrics. Where's the lyrics? Okay.
Don't put me on the spot. All right, y'all. I'm seeing these dresses for $375, and that's a flight. So I'm looking.
So in other words, that's a no for me, dog.
That's a no.
I know what you mean, Bree. Being the only face in the room, it's hard to say no or be conflicted. A lot of older Black ladies I have the privilege to meet give me encouragement being there. That's awesome.
For real.
All the earrings did work too. Even Bree's classic hoops. Yes. You guys should do one on being Black creatives. That was the first one we did. It's time to come back around. We need to do another one?
I feel like we can always go back on it.
Go back. We can go back. We can do that.
We can actually we can make it like a quarterly thing, like Black creative current trends, like keeping
a note. Yeah, because the next one will be in the fourth quarter, so that makes sense. It'll be in October. So it works. We can do that.
Y'all, this is a fresh retwist I'm coming to you with. That's why I keep touching my hair, because it feels my scalp feels nice.
All right, now, so we do this. We're going to need y'all to be dropping questions. Give us things to talk about.
Yeah.
Give us things so we're not reinventing the wheel. We want to be bringing y'all fresh, new things.
If there's a trend you see, pop on the Twitter and be like, we want to talk about how this trend affects you or this one. Like, we need it.
Hey, I'm definitely open for a song association again.
I'm ready for Amnesia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or we can do song association. I'm here for that.
Well, we do either one because, what is it? If only someone could unbreak my heart and come release my pain.
Get it?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the next part is. Wait, hold on. Maybe I could wish upon a star to make all of those feelings go away. But my mind just keeps on going back, and I can't help but think about that guy that's gonna make me miss out on you. And I can't help but remember about that sad day in September when you took my heart and just went away. Eventually I will get through this, but right now it seems my heart's in the way.
Hey.
I apologize for the way that I treat you, but I gotta leave you.
Hey.
So in case somehow I come across a case of amnesia, to forget the heartache. Hey.
Listen,
You know what? No, don't ever. Yeah. Let me go draft my questions. Oh, Vina. Oh,
yes.
snap.
Listen.
Yes. Read dance. It's cute. I know, right? Okay, yes. Okay, so maybe we do a song association in October then. Since it's Black Winathon, we could do one.
Okay.
Yes.
Do one for October.
That's fine.
Can I call you back? Okay. Are you driving and calling me because you're driving up the road?
I'm gonna mute her so she can have her privacy.
Okay.
Conversation.
Yeah, I'm fine with song association. You know, I have mucho songs.
Yes, that'd be fun. We could do some reading sprints. Talk about why we need to be understood by the mainstream white society and books and other media. I have been seeing this and I am tired of it. You know what? You know what my book is not going to be? A manual for Caucasians. That's what it's not going to be. It's not.
What is it? The Caucasus? That's not the Caucasus, right?
The mountains, the Caucasus.
How do we copy and paste? I'm going to open up. People can have questions right now about the trends. I'm going to open up a document and start copy pasting.
Okay. Yeah, they dropped some. Yeah, that's fine. In
our shared document, as soon as I find it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I can put the link in the private chat because I already got it open from earlier. Because that's where I had to get the questions from. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do a song association next month for sure. Look, if I ever have a channel, I'm gonna do a video entitled Britt's Book Summary or something like that. I love Britt's song version.
Nice. Books and ballads? That was fun. That was fun.
But yeah, no, we definitely, we talk about this inadvertently in everything we do. Like, why?
Right.
Why? Why is
you understand when I'm talking to you?
Why? And y'all, then me and Britt were talking the other day, and I was like, Britt, why people that write books that censor the white gaze be the ones on Twitter talking about why people censor the white gaze in books where Black people are the main character? Because you still censored the white gaze when you wrote it.
I ain't got no tea, but if I did, it would be hot. I said I ain't got no tea, but if I did, it would be hot. Oh no, I ain't got no tea, but if I did, it would be hot. It would be hot.
It would be hot.
It would be hot.
It's a thing, y'all. It's a thing. Right. Like, I'm just, man. And I don't care. All I saw when I read the line in The Other Black Girl about the lady in the elevator.
Well, kitchen.
I was and like, all you did was tell everyone reading this book to pick up their phone and Google kitchen. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I said, not Google kitchen.
Yes. Do you ever feel like you need to hop on trends topics you disagree with? How do you stay authentic to you or reframe combos? I can answer that.
I got so much to say.
I got so much to say on that one. No.
This is a question for later, y'all.
It's a question for later. It's not for now. It's not for now. But I will say, I said on Twitter the other day, wisdom says you see something you want to speak on and you don't.
Yep. I just be looking at it and I'd be like, is that my business?
Right. Is that my
Or the better one, do you have time today? I don't think I do.
Because some days Some days I'm like, today I got time, cuz. Like, some days, and the only time I say that is when I'm like making fun of that little boy, because we don't cuz over here, but that's a whole nother subject. So,
Wow.
all I'm saying is,
questions are hot. I'm copying.
Oh my goodness. Oh. How do you set goals knowing that subscribers are a common metric and those are more difficult for Black creators? Ooh! Why do the authors who only write interracial romance feel the need to throw in their 2 cents about the lack of respect towards Black romance? Woo!
I will also add the conversation has come back around because we noticed it came back. It really got hot a couple months ago. But on the thing they called the Tickety Talk, the conversation has come back around of authors who write interracial romance is saying that their books is Black romance. Now, I know I don't have a lot of degrees in a lot of things, but I thought Black on Black.
I thought the definition of interracial meant that there were multiple races, right? Like, I thought that meant that, like, y'all wasn't the same. I thought that's what that meant.
Oh, we got a lot to go on it. I say we don't continue because
right.
Hot. Oh, y'all are coming with it. The way I've been copying and pasting is something.
Right.
I'm gonna say right
What's
now.
the biggest risk you've taken as a creator that you're proud of? What's the next step for you? Did any of you do a review on that? Okay, so
oh my God.
We did a live review. Me and Britt did a live review. I will link that here in a second. But also, your girl is gonna do a Books and Hooks episode on it and go in a little deeper. Is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna say
this is very true. This is very true. Dr. Bookish Rum and Dr. Shade Cheese have their PhDs in Black love and are consistently holding seminars. You know, they went on hiatus for the summer, but you can go back and watch their spring lectures. They were held on a monthly basis, and you can get your life all the way together.
I mean, can we just channel is a Black woman's excellence for a minute?
Yes. Now that's what I call Black Love. That's the name of their YouTube channel.
Yeah, if
you're late in enrollment, take this sabbatical that they're taking as an opportunity to get caught up. Because when they come back, you'll be expected to have done the reading. Okay. Don't come if you haven't done the reading.
I can't.
And definitely don't raise your hand.
This mug here, love it.
What did Salter say?
Do y'all check to make sure the obligatory Black friend in those light and white dominated creator clips aren't being held hostage? So, you know, I don't got no friends in one of those. Where's my water? Is that my water?
What you not gonna do? I need a Salter. Go to bed. I need you to call it one. Cut everything down. Burn the lavender incense. And just go ahead and call it one. You a hot mess.
I can't even taking notes, right?
Be coming for
no, y'all out here doing the Lord's work, and we gotta acknowledge it. Yes. Do the reading means do the work. Stop expecting folks to do it for you. Tired of explains and have stopped doing so. Exactly. I was so annoyed and disappointed. I felt like the MC felt white to me. Ooh, let me stop. Don't say nothing. Don't mute myself. All I'm gonna say is go watch the author interviews. Is all I'm gonna say. Chloe says, given how integral social media is to growth and connecting, how do you set limits? Give yourself a break. I don't do it.
Chloe is asking a lot of good questions. Bro, you getting all these? Chloe's coming with all the questions. She said, "I'll just make it for you."
I just want y'all to look at the sheet. I'm over here formatting, adding clarification.
Amen.
Oh, I see. We got a whole new document. Amen.
Yeah, I got a whole document situation happening over here.
Chloe said, y'all are asking for more. I got you.
No, come through, because on the Black romance, I also put a sub thing of like, maybe we should talk about what the definition is and then work on that definition, right? We want to have a scale in which we measure the way in which we talk about Black romance. I learned that from my male guy friends. We were always having deep conversations, and before we start, we like to figure out where everybody metric is at, come to a common metric system, and then work from that.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Charlotte. We appreciate you showing us love in Australia.
We appreciate
Australia. We appreciate it.
Chloe, we ready? You know, we ready.
Right. Got these very good questions. Mm-hmm. All right, now. Yes, these author interviews. I promise, man. Author interviews honestly have kept me from reading so many books that y'all have told me are awful. And I was like, I watched the interview with them, and that's why I didn't read it. So it saved me some of that trauma. Damn. Author interviews can do you a lot. They can do you a lot. Yes. All right, y'all. So don't forget, toss us the rest of your questions to the Twitter account. If you can't avoid it, please do not overwhelm any of us individually. That's why we created this account, only because we would like for people to be able to have distance from things and not feel like they have to respond. We all got lives and whatnot, and protecting our mental health and safeguarding those social medias is a part of that. So please be mindful of that. If you guys can, send those to that account. Ladies, you got any announcements or anything you guys want to do outro wise before we end up calling it a night?
And also, we all just want to be able to see it. So if you only send it to one of us, then we have to go and take it to the other two. But if it's on that account, we all have access to it. So we're asking you to centralize it so we have less work to do to communicate y'all's ideas. Test tat. Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
When you said take it to the road, I was like, take it to the streets. Mm.
Are you talking about take it to the house?
Get down.
I was like, what? I'm done with you. That's the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house. Take it to the house. MIA. Take it to the house. You know, Trick Daddy. Y'all know Trick love the kids.
You know,
Trick love the kids. Trick love the kids.
Love the kids now.
Not everyone in the comments talking about no black.
No. You're not responsible. You're not responsible at all. You're not responsible at all. No, I'm saying it to protect all three of our mental health, because all of us have been dealing with things this past month. And so it's easier if nobody is like, dang, it's people reaching out about when Black women speak and I got to respond, than if it's in one central location. So it's not you at all. Like, literally, we all were super excited. So no, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm not going to block you, Salter.
Not Dr. Gilbert Blaine.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
It goes just like that.
Absolutely.
This is a good one. This is a good one. I don't want to miss this.
We're okay with it.
Yeah. You know why? Because I am Cachet T. Warren 100,000% of the time.
Wait, are we not adding this to the creatives?
Yeah, you can. You can. I was just giving, like, being in general, like, that's the only way. Like, I write like I am. That's the only way I can do it.
Yeah, can confirm.
Shut up. I don't like how you said that.
Do you see how she speaks to me?
When my story comes out, y'all will see why I said that. So I'll let her be the person who seems right at this moment. When the story comes out and y'all think back to the moment where she's like, I can attest to that. Be like,
it's true. Is it not true? Am I not just saying that she's correct?
It is very true, but the truth can still be shady at times, and we know this to be a fact.
I can't do anything right for her, everyone. And this is why, in truth, Shay and I need couples counseling. Just so that we can be better friends to one another, because
Well, y'all don't let her fool y'all. Our friendship is doing great.
I'm gonna need Britt to refer us to somebody. Listen, we don't have to wait until we are in desperate need, Shay. You build a well before you're thirsty.
No, don't to the water. No, we don't teach a man to fish so that he can eat.
Yeah, don't let Britt make y'all think that we are doing fine. I don't know why she's doing the
There's always a person in a relationship who says that.
We're doing fine. We're doing fine.
We don't need therapy. We're fine. There's always one person who says that.
No, I didn't say we didn't need therapy. I just said we're fine. There's a difference.
We'll be getting couples therapy, but that's not going to be a vlog. Just know that it's happening behind the scenes.
I just need y'all not to listen to her. I feel like
you see the way it's happening right now.
You know. Anyways, I was talking about announcements. Did you have any?
Yes.
Thank you.
Britt, do you? You were saying something?
No, I was just saying to use the Twitter thing so it's central to all of us, just adding to that PSA. And then I'm gonna make sure I know that you're gonna do your Black Aweenathon thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know you didn't forget about it.
I just momentarily forget about things.
And that's why you have co-hosts. Go on.
Yeah, hold on. My little sister is
okay.
So I dropped the Etsy for the lot collection in the chat. So definitely check that out if you want to get you some Black Aweenathon merch. My video 100%. Will be coming out before the month starts. So there's that. It'll be there. Your girl had a rough September. So
literary lady, I can just tell you right now.
It's not happening. I'm sorry, love. I love you with all my heart. Like you're such a sweet person. Your girl don't do Facebook. Your girl does not do Facebook. It's not. I
barely even respond to my family who gave me on Facebook. I just don't get on that app.
I just don't.
2 against 1.
You know what? And so here's my thing. I reserve the right to, if this grows into its own thing where it's like, hey, this might be a thing we need to do, to revisit it. But as of right now, the way that my social media is set up,
can't happen.
Your girl don't do Facebook.
Okay. Not one more platform can I be on.
I really be hoping people forget I exist on there. I really do. It's a thing.
I can't do one more platform, but I will say, as an announcement, while Bree is getting ready to spit this hot fiery coming soon to a Black Aweenathon near you announcement. I am uploading my September honesty vlog tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to let y'all know what has been going on. September came in like a thief and just took everything. Like literally, do you have somewhere to be? Like, I don't understand why you're rushing off. Do you have another calendar year to attend to? Can I have your full and undivided attention right now? But September said no. So I'm going to be uploading that honesty video tomorrow, and I'm going to try a new tea. So get excited. That one.
That's what one.
Okay. And then our October writerly conversation, I'm gonna upload on either Friday or the first Tuesday of October. And it's going to be for all you writerly people out there. It's going to be talking about Preptober for pantsers, how every kind of writer can optimize Preptober. So definitely get on that. Shay and I drop a lot of nuggets about writing books that we've read. So look out for that coming to you in the next 7 days. But this is a perfect opportunity for me to remind you that if you have not already, to go on my channel and ring that bell. So you know you don't miss a single upload, because your girl is getting really undisciplined with it. There is no schedule anymore. It comes when it comes. And she's loving it. So
you lasted way longer than me, because I'm like, schedule, I don't know her.
I don't know that girl.
I do love a schedule.
It's useful.
I use one for everything but when stuff goes up on YouTube.
Yeah. Wait, Chloe, I don't know what I'm going to give to the book. I just know that I've seen it multiple times on Audible and have clicked over it every single time. But now I'm being compelled.
Y'all know I'm not looking forward to it because y'all know why I'm not looking forward to it. Y'all know me. So there's that.
She don't appreciate the interracial romances. I almost wish that the Theodora Taylor book, I won't even know she's in the corner with me, but I just want Shay to experience one Theodora Taylor book actually and not vicariously through me.
One person voted for her book. She's the only one that got 0%. I was surprised.
I mean, I've never heard, I don't know how many people out here talking about her anyway.
It's the experiment that we're doing. I don't know if you were there for that, but it has to do with the white gays in publishing. Pretty much.
So we're not going to tell you what it's called, but it's coming to you in December. Right now, we'll just refer to it as I'm trying to see something. So as we're doing this, I'm trying to see something. We're just going to be for the next 3 months reading these books, and then the writerly conversation in the end. We will have a no holds barred conversation that is not general, but it's very, very specific that we'll be like, okay, I've looked in multiple genres and this is holding true. So
because y'all know me, I'm the person that's like, I have to be able to read it to be able to say it. Like I have to know. And so
we're reading it.
I am submitting myself to this low-key torture because in 4 different genres we are reading these books. So we are trying to see something. I'm trying to see something.
Same.
I read it the other day and I was like, woo, Chile. You ain't even answered that man's question or woman. I don't know who the interview was, but you just skated by that question. So like,
is it a written or is it like watching something I can listen to?
It's written.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in written form. At least what I saw was.
Not yet, but that's it.
But I don't want to get blocked by other authors before I even get published. Pen name, Salter, pen name.
Yeah.
Right.
Because who ain't gonna be quiet is me. And if you find out it's me and be like, is that why that author never wanted a blurb from me? Yes.
Yeah.
Can I give my my announcements before I forget?
Yes.
You get on my nerves.
If you're gonna see some, I can't with y'all today. All right. Dang, now we're going to talk about you not promoting yourself. I thought I do promote myself.
We're working on it.
Right.
Part of the reason that we're even talking about this part of the conversation is because you still ain't started your Black Aweenathon announcement.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm ready. So, I'm going to give a little sneak peek. Not a sneak peek. I'm just going to give a spoiler to the people who's here. One of those spoilers is this week, hopefully. I'm thinking tomorrow I'll be able to film it. This week I will be posting about 2 giveaways. The first giveaway is pretty much all the merch from my shop, and I'll tell you how to enter into the giveaway to get all the merch. The second giveaway is we were blessed. You know, Black Aweenathon was blessed. I like to say we, because it's collective effort. We were blessed by Nikisha Afia, who is the author of Dead Girls. And she is actually going to be interviewed by some of us from Black Aweenathon. On the 29th of October, I will put that out for y'all. And she's also doing a giveaway for 2 signed copies of Dead Girls. So if you
I can't wait.
Canada, you are able to participate in it. So I'm really excited to share, how to enter and do all of those things. Little sneaky note is that if you're subscribed to all of the hosts, you're already like pretty much in, right? So anyway, there you go. With that, so that's pretty dope. What else am I doing? So I haven't been able to talk to y'all, but most of the hosts have given me times and schedules. As you can see, there's right here. I've already like made it pretty and stuff about when they will be online. Would it be helpful for me to do a video like at this time? This is when this host will be available. Go to their channel for updates so people know that you can read. So that one of the cool things about Black Queen-a-thon this year is that every day you have an opportunity to read with one of the co-hosts. And I didn't know that that was going to happen, but it came together like that, and that's where we're at. So every day you can read, I mean, all the way into the 31st. We will also be doing like a late night, like Halloween thing. So we'll try to figure out how many hosts can be a part of it, but we want to try to go from the 31st at night into the 31st, which is Halloween. Yeah, and I will be dropping, hold up. So you're going to get your first locked clues tomorrow. So for the locked doors event tomorrow, you'll get your first clue to the author who I will see on what day. Hold on. Is it tomorrow? Hold on. I'm lying to y'all. I already filmed it, so I have to like get it together. Okay. Thursday. All right. Sorry. Thursday, Friday. Wait, if I do 3 days, do I count the day of the author or 3 days and the 4th day is the author? How should I do that?
I'd count the 3rd day as the day you release the author and like not release it till like maybe like afternoon. So like you still have a chance to guess before the final thing goes up. Does that make sense?
Okay. But do you think I should have them scheduled so people know like when all the days, like they'll just know that days they're getting a clue?
I thought we would all be tweeting about it. So like they know because we're all tweeting like, hey, clues coming out.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, because it's hard for me to remember to post. So I'm like, I can schedule that. So people.
Yeah, schedule your post. I definitely schedule your post. Okay. Only because like you got other stuff going on.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I was like,
yeah. I misunderstood what you were saying. Got you.
So noon, you say? Noon. Okay. Let's do, all right. Cool. I will do that. I can add that on my to-do list. Hold on while we're doing stuff.
What did I see in that Alyssa Cole interracial set during Civil War era? So here's the thing. Now those are never going on the list because there's nothing you could write that'll make me like that. I'm just gonna be honest. There's nothing. And I love that Bree, taught me not to yuck somebody's yum, but unfortunately for me, I draw the line at slavery times. So that's just my line.
You gotta have boundaries.
You do. That's just my line. You gotta have boundaries. The way people been going off about slave play and the Tonys, there's a reason I have that line. That's all I'm saying. There's a reason that line was drawn. Okay. Chloe says she counts the author day.
Okay.
It was shady how it started with the, I don't know, with the LM in the Confederate uniform. Oh, we definitely not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, y'all. I think that's all we got. I feel like that's what we got.
Tomorrow, we're myself and Nicole. I ain't gonna lie. I just have to say it. I ride with that white woman. There's just something about Nicole. I ride with that white woman. That's what I just wanted to say. Shout out to Nicole.
So anyway, and we got to shout out the ones we ride with. I'm gonna go get. I gotta go get my little. I gotta go show y'all how spoiled I am. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
I'm just saying that white woman be showing up, and not just for me. Other Black women in the community be showing up on time, and it's beautiful. I love to see it. Yes, I do. And don't ask for anything in return. Also, shout out to Nicole, who's literally looking for the most like underground, never heard of Black romance, specifically to subgenres. Like she's looking for erotica, all different type of things that will go for Black Queen-a-thon. And she's been diligently working on adding those recs to the list. So if y'all are like, I only read romance, Nicole been out here adding, finding them, buying them, reading them to make sure, you know, they legit. So I'm just saying, shout out to Nicole, because she didn't have to do that. And I appreciate her for that.
Also, I don't know. I haven't went back and watched her backlog.
Yeah.
I haven't heard her call herself an ally. And I feel like that right there speaks wonders. Because again, China can't be like, I'm an ally to the US and that makes it so. So the fact that she's doing the work without causing herself to be censored and or recognized for being the decent human being that doing the work makes you to be is another reason that we got to just shout her out. Just got to.
Nicole.
Okay, y'all. So it'll be an unboxing. Like I already shot the unboxing, but like since y'all here, it's only 10 of y'all. I'll show y'all. So like,
you said the
lovely Becca C. Smith made me a Broken Earth trilogy bag. So if you've like finished it and you know what happens at the very end with Nassoon,
right?
Y'all, I cried. I was like, yo, this man, yo.
Yeah.
You know, I love Black people. I do. And I don't hate white people because some of them is real nice. Some of them be doing some real nice things. Some of them be doing some things and looking outside of themselves. And I'm one of those people, I can acknowledge good when I see it. And I feel like that's one thing that we don't do collectively enough in this world is acknowledge good when we see it. Just saying. Is it not doing it, y'all? I was like, and you know your girl favorite color, purple. Like, girl, y'all, hold on. I'm gonna show you later. She got the pockets. I can put a whole laptop in here. Yeah.
Not a whole laptop. I thought
she was like, yeah, you know, you can lay it anywhere. I was like, this ain't good. Lay it anywhere. This is getting hung up. It's like hung up for Titan and Terror to get to. Y'all be like, where'd Titan go? Titan had to go. He messed up my bag. He already was like, ooh, what's this? Get away, sir. Get away.
I respect that. I just feel like you gotta know your strengths. And you know, one time I had a cat. Her name was Chanel. I heard recently that she passed away. But I had a cat named Chanel. And I had her for like 2 weeks, and the little feline, almost called her out her name. The little feline wouldn't stop coming at my toes. And the way that my chronic insomnia is set up is that the cat got thrown across the room a couple times on accident because they were in my toe vicinity. So I say all this to say that she got adopted to a lovely home and lived out the rest of her life. Just really with some nice white folks who care more about animals than Black lives. But I'm just saying, like, that is what happened. So I just can't really be out here, you know, just with an animal. It's probably going to be a no for me, for sure.
Yeah, nah, like Cleo, you're right. Cleo very rarely gets in trouble because Cleo is grown. Cleo know better. She been here. Cleo done moved across state lines in different apartments. She been upstairs, downstairs with me. Titan just know one life. He got it easy. That's all I'm saying.
If you gotta adopt Titan out,
So here's the thing. I was taught you either get with it or get lost. So Titan just gonna have to learn. Like you just like it's some things you just not gonna chew on. I mean, he don't chew on shoes no more. He didn't learn. Not dropping your son off at the fire station so the state don't come free. And he is since he got the 2 colored eyes, it really make it real easy because people, oh, he's so pretty. You think so? You think so? Are you sure? Are you sure? You sure?
I saw this woman on TikTok, and this lady was holding this Black woman. She was holding her kid because her kid was just running around all day, and she was exhausted. So she held the kid, and the kid is like flipping out. The kid's like 2, doing what 2-year-olds do. And then somebody in the comments were like, man, this is me all the time. Just got to pick up my kid and hold them for a couple minutes because I cannot be running around. And then one lady underneath it was like, I'm just really tired of this shit. I almost sold my son on Etsy. I said, Etsy? Not the $35.
It's great for handmade products. All I'm saying.
Not the free shipping over $35. I said, the internet is undefeated. I had enough.
I love it because the son is artisanal. I love it. He is a work of art.
My own work of art.
My own work of art. I can let him go for no less than $100. No less. Like no less. Oh man, I love how y'all kept us on here for almost another 30 minutes, but it's whatever. Thank y'all so much for being here. We love y'all. We appreciate you. Yeah, not the Etsy exclusive limited edition. No, that's this is the Kickstarter version. You get to you donate, you get these exclusives for being one of them first investors. That's what that is. Maya said my mother had a little dog that smothered one of her puppies and she took her to the shelter. Tell me why she went back for her the next week and she had got adopted with a new name. That's what she.
She's as Brenda.
I feel like those are the conversations that I'm gonna go drop you off somewhere that parents have. Now, somebody got your blessing, Mama. I don't know what to tell you.
Listen, she done dropped the dog off as birth.
She was like, this is an extended punishment. Wow. You don't know how good you got it. I'm going to come back in a week, though.
Wow. Dropped off Bertha. The dog done left as Patricia. Amen.
I hate you. Now Bertha became Patricia. I love it.
You never know.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. We will see y'all in a couple weeks on Bree's channel. Bye.